Welcome to the African News Update on Top Accolade News. The headlines: Opposition backs Mnangagwa'S mandate extension proposal. Controversial statue of former Ghanaian president destroyed. Burkina Faso bans colonial-style wigs for judges. Ethiopian parliament approves landmark property tax law. In politics, opposition backs Mnangagwa'S mandate extension proposal. In Zimbabwe, a bill to extend President Emmerson Mnangagwa'S mandate beyond 2028 is set to be tabled in Parliament, and in a surprising move, the opposition Citizens Coalition for Change (CCC) has announced it will not block the proposal. If passed and approved in a potential referendum, the extension could delay election until 2030, granting lawmakers, including those from the opposition, 2 additional years in office. While some view the support as politically motivated, others speculate that bribes may have influenced the decision. The move follows discussion within the ruling ZANU-PF party to potentially scrap presidential term limits, sparking a division within the CCC, with some members branding those backing the proposal as sellouts. Still in politics, controversial statue of former Ghanaian president destroyed. A controversial statue of former Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo, unveiled just last November, has been destroyed in the western region, with images showing its severed head and damaged pedestal. The statue, which was met with backlash from being seen as a form of self-promotion, had already been partially vandalized in December. Some locals have called for it to be removed, citing its lack of value to the community, while others expressed support for its destruction, considering it's long overdue. Critics had previously questioned the use of public funds for the statue amid Ghana's ongoing economic struggles, including an IMF bailout and rising living costs. The statue, which was meant to honor Akufo-Addo's development initiative, became a point of contention after his party's heavy loss in December's elections. Moving on in politics, Burkina Faso bans colonial-style wigs for judges. Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traoré, has announced a ban on the use of British and French colonial-style wigs by judges, marking a significant move to decolonize the country's judiciary. Traoré emphasized the need to share colonial tradition and embrace practices that reflect Burkina Faso's cultural heritage. This decision aligns with a broader trend across Africa, where nations are revisiting colonial legacies and opting for systems that better resonate with their people. The move is seen as part of a growing cultural renaissance on the continent, as more countries push to assert their sovereignty and national identity. Shifting focus to economy, Ethiopian parliament approves landmark property tax law. The Ethiopian House of People's Representatives has approved a new property tax proclamation, marking a significant step in the government's effort to expand its tax base. The law passed with 10 votes in favor and 4 against, introduces tax on urban land, buildings and land improvements, with rates ranging from 0.1% to 1%. This new policy aims to boost municipal revenues and fund infrastructure development, but has sparked debate over its potential impact on taxpayers and economic inequality. The law also grants municipalities the power to collect property taxes directly, increasing their financial autonomy for local development projects. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. In health, Sierra Leone declares public health emergency after 2 cases of MPOX confirmed. Sierra Leone has declared a public health emergency after confirming 2 cases of MPOX, a viral disease also known as monkeypox. Health Minister Austin Dembe announced the decision on Monday following the confirmation of a second case, a 21-year-old man who showed symptoms on January 6th. This follows the country's first confirmed case reported last week. The public health emergency allows the government to mobilize resources to contain the disease, enhance border surveillance, and launch a national awareness campaign. Sierra Leone is drawing its experience from past outbreaks like Ebola and COVID-19 to tackle the situation. The government urges citizens to stay informed and report any suspected cases promptly. Moving to crime. South African authorities recovered 60 bodies from illegal mine. South African authorities have recovered at least 60 bodies from a closed gold mine in Stilfontein, where an unknown number of illegal miners are still feared trapped deep underground. The operation, which began Monday, uses a metal cage to extract the bodies and survivors, with 106 people pulled from the mine on Tuesday. The crackdown, a part of a long-running effort to combat illegal mining, has sparked criticism from residents and right groups. The siege, which started in August, involved cutting food and water supplies in an attempt to force miners to surface. Authorities estimate that hundreds of millions of dollars are lost annually due to illegal mining, which thrives in abandoned mines across South Africa. Moving to entertainment. AFRO-FUSION artist BADA calls for embrace of diverse music genres. AFRO-FUSION musician BADA has weighed in on the ongoing debate about Ghana's music identity, arguing that the country should embrace its musical diversity rather than promote a singular genre. While some have advocated for highlights to represent Ghana's culture, BADA stresses the importance of showcasing genres like Afrobeats, dancehall, and reggae, which are also putting the country on the global map. He argues that just as the US celebrates multiple music styles like hip-hop and R&B, Ghana should proudly highlight its variety, from highlife to Afrobeats. BADA believes restricting artists to one sound limits their global potential and stifles creativity, a view he shared in the previous debate about highlight's impact on the international reach of Ghanaian music. Now in sports. 2024 African Nations Championship postponed to August. The 2024 African Nations Championship, originally set to begin in February, has been postponed to August. The Confederation of African Football announced the delay after experts advised more time was needed to ensure that the infrastructure and facilities in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda meet the required standards. The tournament, which features domestic-based players, was set to be the first major event before the country co-hosts the African Cup of Nations in 2027. Despite the postponement, CAF will proceed with the group draw on Wednesday, and additional qualifying matches are expected to fill the gaps left by withdrawals. That concludes our African news updates for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojo Orumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.